Uber, Bitcoin, self-driving cars. Combine those three together, and you have the self-owning taxi. A car that is a corporation that owns itself, pays for the car lease, the car insurance, and the gasoline from the revenues it makes, giving passengers a ride, and there's not a single human involved in that matter.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction. So therefore, they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, we know the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto moving up. Guys, we know at the beginning of the month is like clockwork. Get yourselves in position. I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But we know they need Bitcoin as collateral on the 5th. But then also, guys, we have July 4th, which we know stocks will be closed. I mean, liquidity is going to come into crypto. So if you're a trader, make sure you're taking advantage. Now, guys, we have Germany, and the United States government has been selling their seeds Bitcoin. But we know for some reason it ends up always in the NWO puppet's hands. And then we have Rowan Kitty faces securities fraud claims when it comes to GameStop. And again, these lawsuit movies keep going. And guys, we know we have plenty of distractions. I talked about in the Patreon newsletter, plenty of distractions setting up. We know there's going to be a big crisis. Do not fall for the illusion, but guys, make sure you get yourselves prepared. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates, which are up. We have the dollar, which is down. We have volume in crypto up. And we have Tether and USDC. And then we have the Fed. Repo was at $664 billion on Friday. Guys, make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And it's definitely going to be very important this week because we have July 4th. And then also we have the T+1, and then we have Japan. So liquidity is going to become even a bigger issue. It's already a big issue, but it's definitely going to become a bigger issue. And there's definitely going to be a crisis that comes from that. But we always get a distraction. We know the central banks, the Fed, is not going to say, I took your money. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And guys, we know this is a plan that moves in phases. We have Circle snacks first stablecoin license under EU's new micro crypto rules. And we had Jeremy and Brian Brooks a long time ago tell us that they were working on the global stablecoin. So this has definitely been telegraphed. And the only thing the central banks have to do is peg it to their CBDC. But Goldman Sachs had their hands on Circle from the beginning. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the BIS warns indebted nations market confidence could quickly crumble. And don't forget, we're in a fragmented world. Everything about this legacy market is going to be destroyed. So then therefore they can bring in the machines, these digital currencies, and the economy can run without a human involved. But again, guys, remember, it's a plan. It moves in phases. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. But in 3 to 5 years, you're going to wonder what happened. especially the sheep, because they stay distracted on things that don't matter. And when it comes to distractions, we have Trump. And the courts state he's immune from prosecution during the time of president when it comes to some of the charges. And that took over when it comes to CNBC. It was breaking news. So they're always going to put the distractions in front of you. You have to look past that and stay focused. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because these distractions are going to be stepped up. Now we have the spot Bitcoin ETFs, Blackrock, Fidelity, and Grayscale right now all up. And getting over into crypto news, and we have a lot of news, and it just lets you know how fast this space is moving. Now we have Coinbase submits filing to list futures for Shiba, Avalanche, Chainlink, Polkadot, and Stellar. And we see Coinbase is opening up that futures casino. Now we have Gemini signs 5-year Bitcoin sponsorship deal with Peter McCormick Football Club. And we know that's all about pushing adoption. Now we have Uniswap wallet brings on Transact to provide fiat on-ramping services. And again, guys, making it seamless and then pushing adoption. Now we have Bitfinex Securities to launch 2 new tokenized bonds on Liquid Network. And of course, they're using Tether. Now we have Hashnote Harbor will enable clients to earn yield on digital commodities without the assets ever leaving the custody of Anchorage Digital. And remember, everything in the legacy market is just going to be turned digital. And that's the reason why staking is going to be so important. Yes, right now in the United States, we're having issues, but staking is the key to the 4th Industrial Revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Abra launches treasury service for corporates that want to hold crypto. And remember, Abra Bank was supposed to be insolvent. It turned away from its U.S. retail business. Now it's focused on corporations. And lending is so important in the legacy market. And the same thing is going to happen. Tokenized lending is going to be very important for the 4th Industrial Revolution. Now we have Hidden Roads as major crypto exchanges, OKEX, Deribit, Bitfinex, AsiaNext, 6 Digital, and Bullish to expand use of BlackRock's Build token. And these exchanges are nothing but banks. And just like in this current atmosphere that we're in right now, these small banks have to go through these big banks. And the same thing is going to happen with these exchanges. If you want to survive, you're going to be going through BlackRock, JP Morgan. The central banks are not going to give up control of the monetary system. Like Gary Gensler stated, they're not giving up the monopoly. They're agile technology, but they're not giving up control. And that's the most honest thing Gary Gensler has ever stated. Now we have Sony. Start Japanese crypto exchange Wellfin that they purchased back in 2023 from Amber Group. And never forget, the Japanese leaders were brought to San Francisco to plan out the 4th Industrial Revolution, the robots, algorithms, and drones, and he says it right out his mouth. But it doesn't matter what country you go to, they all have a plan for this digital economy. And then lastly, guys, we have the U.S. Marshals Service. Custody its assets as part of a $32.5 million contract. And this should not be surprising. We've seen Coinbase work with all the alphabet boys. But anytime you have the government selecting your exchange, even though we see the SEC trying to sue them, you know it's all part of a movie. Guys, you sit back, get your popcorn, and let it play out, because we know how this movie ends. And that's this global economy being ran by robots, algorithms, and drones, paying each other with crypto, and the sheep going inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.